All right, Summer. So you have a new vendor that you're looking to work with, and I'm not familiar with this vendor, and that's fine that I'm not familiar with them. But I want you to do some work and make sure that they're of professional quality. Lots of times we have students use photo sites that aren't making professional quality prints or using professional quality archival paper. So what I want you to do is just to double check. A good check on that is if they make you upload a profile. If you're uploading a profile, then they're probably professional printers, right? Um, if there's a choice of paper, they're probably professional printers. Those are different things to look for to see if they're falling in the right category. All right, so you have this leather-bound book, which I think is a good choice for you because your images you want to have sort of as almost like a family album, but showing your hard work, but in a memory sense of way. So I think that can work well. I talked to you about wanting to do possibly a screw post instead of a book because that allows you to update images as you continue to work in this. So that would be the one drawback of using a book instead of using a portfolio. All right, and then we have your name down here, fine art photography. I wonder if you should say fine art portraits instead of photography. And then we jump right into an image. So generally, what we would have is we would open the book and then we would have your name and your website or your name and your project and your website listed on the first page, on this page. You won't normally open up to a portfolio or a trade book where the first image is a full bleed. So I think you could have this as your second page, but your first page should again have your name on it. Then we could open it up to this image. I do caution you a bit on opening it up to this image right away because I think right now this is one of your top 2 images. So I don't know if you want to start off on that high of a note. I've actually been criticized on this in portfolio reviews is that I start off too strong and then it's a little bit like of a letdown as you're going through the portfolio because I started out with like my best image to try to grab attention. So you might want to put this like third or something instead of first in your portfolio. And then, is that right? 1, 2. And then you have 2 new images in here. Well, you have 4 new images, I think, in here. But 2 new images that are Christmas related. And those don't have the same feeling as your other images. They have more of a like commercial feel to them. They have more of they're shot for the holidays opposed to these other images that seem really timeless. So your 2 Christmas images, I would be very cautious of putting in here. And as of right now, it sounds like you might have more shoots coming up and you might have more that you're including, but it's the only boy that you have in your series is this little boy. So that also throws it as a unique image. All right, and then we go into this image. We've seen this. I think this looks beautiful. Full bleed. It's a great image. This image is more playful. It's a big jump from these images that are a little bit more serious, which is fine. It's just a little abrupt there. So you might want to include the bubble gum image before this instead of after it. Because this starts to be silly, but it's more related to this more fine art sort of work. So I might go with this image and then the bubblegum image and then this image. All right, and then we go back to another T image, a third T image, another T image. All right, so this is the other image that I would caution you against using because these images have such a like classic fine art timeless feel, and this feels like it's shot for Christmas, so it doesn't have the same feeling to me. And then I think I've seen this image last week. I don't know if it's because I looked at this early or if it's new or not. But this is right in line with everything we're looking at. This is another new image. And I think the girl's looking nice as she's looking at us. This is a little rough as it's coming through her face. So I don't know if you want to re-edit your crop on it so it doesn't go through her face. Having that line right through the middle is a little rough for me. And then I might want to clean up her eyes. These are so dreamy in the way that you're presenting the girls that looking at her eyes, it's just there's a lot of veins there. And since you're already, like, you're not saying there's anything wrong with photoshopping, right? So we might as well get rid of those veins right there. And then this image, and that's your last one. So with that, let's go back. This is going to be an easier way. So this is your only image with a textured background, and that's fine for you to include that. But if you're still shooting, I would include another couple of images with that so it doesn't stand out as the only image like that. If it does end up being your only image, I might just lighten the texture on it, right? Allow it to be more of one singular tone behind her, and then we have a little bit of texture instead of it being so prominent there. But this is coming together great. This is really beautiful. You've put so much work into this. Sorry. I don't know how many more images you're planning to shoot, but it sounds like from our back and forth that you're thinking maybe there might be a lot more images, and I'm happy to continue editing this down further and further as you go.